Hello everybody, welcome to my 100% challenge on Darksiders. We have just really started in Darksiders 2 and we have just got the lava working. We now need to go and free up the tears of the mountain. If you're not sure exactly why it is I'm doing this, please check the first episode. Silly you, what you're watching the third one for.
This is the tale thus far. The cauldron was cold, but the horsemen rekindled its fire. And in the hearts of the makers, an ember of hope was born. Hope for life, and for what lies beneath the earth.
Like I said before, I love those little clips that it shows you. I really do. They're really cool. I'm going to try and keep them all in. I mean, I might end up saying this in pretty much every video, but I am going to try and keep them all in, and there's a chance I've missed a few, but my idea will be I'll just play them all at the end and just get a little animated thing. Now, I got a gun, if you remember, so I now have the ability to shoot things from a distance. I go through, I get up to the door and it automatically just cuts into this.
Just beyond this barrier. It was the first thing taken by corruption. We sealed the Stonefather's tears inside, fearing what would happen if they spread.
If I do as Alia asks, you'll soon find out.
Aye, and the realm will be better for it. Whether pure as rain or black as sin, the tears will end this stalemate.
It's odd how I often find you standing.
Without the Tree of Life, horseman, I'm trapped here just like you. A fortunate few slipped out before the tree was lost, like Ulthane. If you're really going, don't let me stop you. Exploring's a wondrous thing. You never know what you might find. For instance, should a bit of armor turn up, it's likely some, misplaced some years back. If you can find it, I'll be in your debt.
And who is Ulthane?
He's just another maker. Has a big hammer is all. When he escaped, I feared to follow. And a good thing, too.
And why is that?
Well, you might still be looking for the cauldron if not for my courage and wit.
And there we go. We now know why Ulthane is in Earthrealm.
Rider, I'll rest a bit.
Because he escaped from here. Now, go literally a tad further and I come across a Stinger's Hive. Now we do already need an item from Stingers for the Shaman. The gun, it does take me a little bit to realise this, but the gun is amazing against Stingers. Attacking them one at a time is cumbersome and silly. If I shoot my gun, I think it's like 2 shots and they die. So you just keep shooting your gun and they all just die, and I find that out eventually. But there you go, I got the mordant do that I needed. I decide to carry on. I'm not going to go back and ask him what else I need. I'm just going to carry on. And I noticed there's a thing here on the map, so I'll come here to have a look.
Oh, hello, fleshling. Didn't see you there.
I was going to ask who you are, or rather what.
My name is Blackroot, and I am hungry.
For what exactly?
Only the finest stones. I have
Look at the glitch, look at the enemy.
Such morsels, but it has been centuries since any were in reach. I must wait here for my master. I will starve if someone doesn't help me.
Your people stand on the brink of destruction, and you ask me to feed you?
If it isn't too much trouble, take this. It will guide the stone to you, so you can bring it to me. Then I shall eat it with great pleasure, and I will reward you.
What about your master?
Of him I do not speak, nor do I remember. He left eons ago. Now I am trapped here.
How long have you been here?
I have been gathering my strength for centuries, and my roots run deep. That is my problem.
You eat?
I am not like other constructs. In my form, life has taken root. It must be fed, or it will consume me.
And there we go. Now, if we see any humming stones, and it's just telling you now, you shoot them with a gun, and they come to you. Now, I had come across a few of them already, so I know where some are, but you have to find a load for him. It's like the kind of thing that you're going to be doing this for most of the game, pretty much. This is fantastic. I'll put this in because it's so funny. He takes a swipe at me, falls in the water, and I level up. Yay! I love the way I still get achievements. Obviously, I can't get across there. I do try and jump across, but it doesn't really work. I'm going to need to get across there some other way. Here we are. These stingers are annoying. Until I realise I can use my gun, they're just frustrating because I'm constantly getting attacked by one when I'm attacking the load. But yeah, they kind of cover this entire base and are really frustrating. And they were a nice welcome. But you come inside and you've got a man with things on his back, and essentially you have to go through the doors on the left and the right, turning on the water so that it goes into the centre. Now there are a bunch of hidden chests lying around, but this is the first mid-boss that I come across. It's like a giant crab, and it hurts a little bit, but like most enemies, once you get the gist of what it does, you can just get a couple of hits here, a couple of hits there. Yeah, that spin attack that I'm using is by far the move that I use. I've tried to, whenever I get level up points, that is where the level up points go, on that spinning move. And yeah, it is pretty powerful at the moment. And obviously the reason that it's giving you this as a mid-boss is because this isn't going to be the last time you fight these. So you've got to kind of get used to it. And here it comes. I'll kill it with just... yeah, there we go, look at that. All fading away. It is obsolete. Now, because I now know that these things are around, these stones, I have to look everywhere. Mainly because it's very much I don't want to have to come back. You know, I just want to get what I need while I'm there. I find the helm that he's after, so that's his part of the mission done here. I just need to return it to him. And it's good because we're getting through the side missions. Obviously, that is an achievement in itself, just do the side missions. And this is what you do. Once you get to here, you turn on the water. And when you go into the main hall, you can see that the water is now there. and it has flooded the bottom, which now gains access to another area. But you walk through there and there's mostly monster rooms rather than mini bosses, but you get to turn on the second one. That then allows that when you then go further down the line, you can open up a second gate, which then allows you through. And when you go through into the main area, you can see how it levels off and what it does. Yay, there we go, look at that. All levels off, all flows into the middle now, and that opens up the gate to go through. Now, you could have gone through there previously, but there's no way of getting through without it. This is the main boss of here. These balls are essentially eggs with these little spiders. And there's a big spider. So this boss has very simple mechanics. He will charge. I say he. It will charge. And it will be stunned for a little while. While it's stunned, the ball that fell from the earth, that fell from the ceiling, will be available to roll. You have to fire it at them so that it turns him round, like that there, you see. And that now lets you attack him. That is largely it. That is it. That is the whole of the mechanics, you see. Now, if you don't get to the ball quick enough, then the spider will get up and the ball will crack open. So you can't fire it at them at that point. It won't work at that point. This thing is a new move after you know, you get near halfway, and it can hurt. You just have to keep dodging out the way. And it's all about getting to the ball quick enough in order to get as much damage inflicted as possible. And then it sinks in and does its weird thing. Which again, if you dodge the right way, then you can pretty much miss them completely. And I think I'm not doing too badly, considering this is in apocalyptic. I'm coming along nicely, I feel. Yes, some of the monster rooms do struggle me. They are a bit of a problem, some of the monster rooms. But yeah, I think I'm leveling up at the right distance, really. And here's the lovely animation. Yay. And like I said before, every single main boss gives you a secondary weapon. Some of them you can't always use because you have to be at the right level. There we go. Let that fade away. And as you can see, I'm so close to going up a level here. But you open the gates and all the waters from the mountain flow down into the valley. There they go. Now, I did look in the water there to see if there was anything there, but I couldn't see anything. But I come back here and I return it.
Stone be praised! It brings back memories to see it again.
What of Carven Stone?
That's what we call the Stone of Construct Sentinels, to be specific. A sad thing destroying what a maker worked so hard to craft. But these days it must be done. You'll find the Construct Sentinels you need in the Lost Temple. Good luck to you.
And because I've gone up a level, I've unlocked my Reaper form. That's an achievement all in itself. Plus, I've only got one more thing to get for the Shaman's mission. And he just told me where it's in the next... it's in the next place, so that's lovely. That Reaper form is also very good. It's like War's Chaos form. And you see there's all the water. And there's all the lava. Yay. Yeah, for anyone who watched my first playthrough, War has a Chaos Thorn that you get, and you can make it better and blah blah blah. Well, this is kind of the same. Essentially, I now have a Reaper form, which is good for bosses. Bang! There you go. Bang!
It is finished then, at long last. Death, this is a Maker's key, and you had best take it now, before I come to my senses.
You seem more likely to lose them, old one.
A problem, aye. But there is also a solution. The Guardian. Meant to be our greatest weapon, and capable of clearing the forest around the tree. But an earthquake drove us from the foundry, and now I fear something else roams within. The Guardian was never finished.
If the Guardian is your masterwork, how am I to complete him?
In the forest lies another construct, one of the few remaining who have not fallen to corruption. He is not as vast as the Guardian, but his heart is strong. Seek him out, and he will guide you to the foundry. There, you may activate the Guardian using the Maker's key.
There's an achievement.
The constructs are awakened by a key?
Aye. Constructs do not have a soul like you or I. Not until that soul is given. This key unlocks the stone and prepares it for the ebb and flow of a Maker's life force. In fact, it will bring to life most any construct you find in the realm.
And what makes you think I have a soul, old one?
Isn't that what troubles you?
If wardens can resist corruption, why not use them to cleanse your realm?
Sadly, the wardens were called when the seals were broken. The Maker's toll to be paid at the end war. This warden is all that remains.
Then the seals were broken.
Constructs are beings of boulder and stone, animated by a Maker's life force. Most possess but a fraction of a soul, just enough to drive them and give them purpose. But through others course the whole of a Maker's being, his memories and emotions. A story half remembered. Life weighs heavy on us all. Not even stone can bear it.
There you go, it's Maker's Key. And that's essentially what we need to do now. We need to go and we need to find this construct. You'll know what the constructs look like when you see them. You saw a bunch in the first game. They were essentially the things, they were essentially the doors that you had to go into the Shadow Realm in order
The
to
forge blazes
release.
again, Ryder, thanks to you. But that's no excuse to hang about. Have you not a construct to awaken?
Why use a key to awaken the constructs?
Spirit doesn't pass through stone, unless you carve a channel for it. That's what the key is for. It's sharp enough to slide through the stuff of life. Be careful where you point it.
Well, sure, this key is special. Valles doesn't seem so impressed.
Aye. He mourns the loss of his friend.
Valles had a friend?
Och, aye. His great hammer, Splinterbone. It felled many a giant. But Valles lost it in a dungeon west of here, and it weighs heavy upon him. If you can find Splinterbone and return it to my brother, you will earn his gratitude. Mayhaps the forging of a proper weapon.
What was Valles doing in a dungeon?
We hoped to restore the shattered forge within, but it was corrupted and overrun by the sea and vermin. We barely escaped with our lives, no thanks to Carl.
You let that pup guide you?
Aye. At the time we did not see the harm, but Karn would do anything to prove himself. I fear one day he will. You will find the hammer just past the fjord.
There we go.
The stone
Now we
father
have just
be with you,
received
horseman.
another mission.
What brings you before me?
So that is where I'm going to end this video. The next video is longer and there's a lot more going on. We're going to go and get his hammer back and then try and turn on the construct. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. We are slowly getting through. The achievements are slowly rolling and we will see if we can get to 100 in time. It's going to be close.